Welcome back. Now it's time for the Eastern Airways British Sidecar Championship. Last year, this was dominated by Tim and Tristan Reeves. So much so, the organisers have declared that if you do the World Championship this season, you can only do 4 rounds of the British Championship. I have mixed feelings on that, but it's not going to stop the racing, which is normally red hot in this class. So it's straight over to Barry Nutley and James Whittam to take you through it.
Pole position man, Sean Hegarty, with James Neve permanently alongside him for the 2014 season. Andy Peach Brown is on row 3, then it's Mark Edwards and Lee Barrett. Roger Lovelock, Aki Aalto from Finland, Ben Holland, Lee Watson, Ricky Stevens and Ryan Charwood there. Again on Kawasaki, Yamaha last year, Kawasaki this year. Chaplow and Farrance number on row 8, number 73. In the sunshine here, watch the lights. This is a 15-lapper. We're going to get some blistering action here. Can Andy Peach turn the tables? Coming out of the outside. That looked like Mark Edwards. Mark Edwards flying through. It was on the Assured Office Solutions Kawasaki up into 2nd place. It's a 12-lapper, I beg your pardon. Scheduled 15, but running slightly behind. Alongside me, James Whittam. We're going to have fireworks because no Tim Reeves, no Ben Bircham.
Exactly, but Peach made the worst start from the front row I've ever seen in my life. That was terrible. He's back down there in about 7th now.
Must do better. Andy didn't get off the line on Saturday's race as well, which threw away his pole position. The lap record held round here, 48.2 Birchall's. They got pretty close, I can tell you, in qualifying. Lots of new livery. It's always exciting, James, at this time of the year, trying to pick out the new
Yeah, I've got to say exciting or just difficult for commentators. That's what it is.
Well, I tell you,
no mistake there.
Lovelock, number 1, did the fastest lap in the race on Saturday. Coming from the back of the grid, he finished 5th. It looks as though, starting from a good position at the front, he can run with Sean Hegarty.
Absolutely. It looked like he was just having a little look around Hegarty on the start and finish. It looks like he's got a quick bike as well there, Lovelock.
BMW power for Lovelock. 2 BMWs scheduled for this year. Andy Peach was on the 2nd one, but not quite ready. He's out on the Suzuki. Suzuki it is then for Sean Hegarty and James Neve, followed by the number 1. They're a 2004 R1 in the hands of Tony Brown. So 10-year-old engine, still flying in 4th place. You're a big Yamaha fan anyway, so you know all about R1s.
Oh, of course I do. Yeah, you know me and technical things.
Well, I can tell you there's been so much going on this year over the close season. No fewer than 7 Kawasaki's. Suzuki dominance has waned to 10. 3 Yamahas, 2 BMWs and a Honda. Look at Lovelock in the wheel tracks up the inside. Can he make it stick?
He can.
Going through Roger Lovelock and Aki Aalto to take the lead on the BMW. And Sean Hegarty got a bit out of shape trying to defend the line.
He actually did. He'd been put offline going in, which didn't help. But, yes, certainly Lovelock's BMW there seemed to have the drop on Hegarty's bike down the straight.
Well, last year was the virgin year for that BMW, if you'll pardon the expression. He was breaking it in, getting used to it. He's obviously got it sorted now. It is very, very quick. Lovelock and Aalto lead. Hegarty. And let's have a look in 3rd place. That's Mark Edwards and Lee Barrett on the Assured Office Solutions Kawasaki. There is Mark Edwards and Lee Barrett running very, very strongly. They had a good result yesterday. They certainly did.
And there is no doubt, if you were just picking an engine from a 1-litre sports bike that you thought was going to be the quickest and most powerful, you would certainly choose, in this day and age, you would choose a BMW or perhaps a Kawasaki. And that's maybe why they're going away from the Suzuki GSXR power plants now.
Absolutely. And the other problem, of course, is the oiling. Some of those Kawasaki's are wet sump and some are dry sump. Now, there is a dry sump configuration that works very well.
Correct. Now, what you mean by that is, I'll just explain that a little bit. If you're on a solo motorcycle, the bike stays in perfect balance the whole time, so the oil stays in the bottom of the sump. With these, it's all about centrifugal force going outward, so the oil sloshes, it doesn't pick up, it doesn't go into the oil pump, and they can be starved of oil. So you've got to either dry sump the engines or baffle the oil sumps.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you, running strongly now in 6th place on the Team EA Motorsport 73 bike. Craig Chaplow, there's Ben Holland. Ben Holland is in 5th. Holland Lee Watson on the Finning Cat. Kawasaki, they've gone to Kawasaki as well. I almost said Suzuki, it's habits die hard.
Yeah, well, just most of the field were on Suzuki just only last year and before that.
Lap 5 of 12, so not yet at half distance. It's pretty much a sprint race round here, but we're seeing some great riding here. Chaplow has gone ahead of Holland, so up to 5th place, Craig Chaplow and Patrick Farrance, a former world champion passenger alongside Tim Reeves. I need to say just quickly, James, that former world champions. Anybody who's finished in the top 5 in the last 5 years cannot compete in regular competition in this series for this year.
Yeah, that's a new rule for this year, and that excludes the Birchells and Tim Reeves.
They can make cameo wildcard appearances for no prize money and no points.
Cameo.
Cameo. Tim Reeves has got his own word for cameo.
Cameo was an 80s singer from America with the big cod pieces, as I remember it.
There you go. I can't possibly get into that. Mark Edwards and Lee Barrett in 3rd place. They were 4th in the first race out. A look over the shoulder from Simon Gilbert, but this is a battle at the front. Roger Lovelock, Aki Alto, lap 10 of 12. Sean Hegarty, James Neve, a win on Saturday and a 2nd place today. This will enhance. That looks like 70. That's Bygrave upside down.
Yep,
that's Ben Bygrave.
It actually looked like the driver was still in it there. The passenger running back to the outfit to turn it over. Back onto its wheels.
It's Ben Bygrave's first venture back. He was out completely last season. You will remember a year ago the Bill-based BMW with Bygrave on board.
Yep, I do.
Took last year out, and they've managed to raise the shekels together. He's okay. Driver and passenger both on their feet. Justin Sharp was sprinting back to get him out. And they're on the grass, so they haven't damaged the leathers either.
No.
Good stuff. No. Good stuff. So all's well with Bygrave and Sharp, but this the battle at the front. Penultimate lap. Hegarty and Neve looking firmly at the back end of that Team Laxton Motorsport BMW.
Yeah, Lovelock and Alto cannot relax here because Hegarty did put his fastest lap in that last time round. He's somewhere near now.
Chaplow up to 4th. This is an absolutely fantastic ride by Craig Chaplow and Patrick Farrance. They're a good way off the podium, but they're in 4th. But this battle, as you say, James, at the front.
Back markers are going to come into play here as well.
Yeah, back markers were on the penultimate lap. And a hand in the air from the back marker coming in. There's Lovelock. 1 lap to do there. 1.2 miles of the Brands Hatch Indy Circuit. Just talk you around. They go through here. Halewood Hill. They just hook 5th at this point. Driving up the hill. Back 3. 2nd gear at Druids. Rod Robinson.
Bad place to catch a back marker.
Yes, it is. And Hegarty's right on him. Hegarty's right on him. What's going to happen here? Where's Lovelock going to go? Up the inside, across the grass. Hegarty goes with him. There was no option. He had to do that.
He had to go, yeah. Once Lovelock had gone past that back marker, Hegarty had to do the same. He's right with him now. He might have enough breathing space, Lovelock. Just.
The BMW then on the final lap, just clearways, exiting clearways, and then the sprint. Look at Hegarty. Hegarty's piling on the coals. If he can get the drive out of here, Suzuki plays BMW down the straight. Who's going to get the slingshot? Lovelock hangs on to it. Over the line he goes to get the victory here. Fantastic win for the BMW of Lovelock and Alto. And over the line in 3rd place, Mark Edwards, Lee Barrett, Craig Chaplow. That is a terrific result for the Team EA Motorsport bike of Chaplow, Tony Brown and Ashley Hawes there in 5th. I've got to bring it down. That was exciting.
That was a good race, wasn't it?
I need a lie down in a dark room. James, as always, you're brilliant company. Thank you for that.
Cheers, buddy.
Confirmation then of that. Lovelock and Alto take the win for their BMW. Hegarty and Neve there in 2nd. 09, it was close at the finish. Edwards and Barrett from Chaplow and Farrance. That's his best result for a long time, if my memory serves me. Chased all the way by Tony Brown and Ashley Hawes. Ben Holland, Lee Watson running their Kawasaki in. Got 6th. Peach and Richardson, what did he do from the front row to drop back to 7th place? Andy Holden, John Holden and Andy Winkle, beg your pardon. And Michael Crabmuller, Callum Lawson will be thrilled with 9th. Ricky Stevens, Charlwood completing the top 10. That'll shake it up a bit, and let's see what that's done, because Lovelock is there, just 9 points adrift of Hegarty and Neve, so a win and a 2nd place puts them on top of the pile on 45. Lovelock from Peach. Edwards did himself a power of good, so he is now joint 3rd from Tony Brown, Ashley Hawes, Chaplow and Farrance 6th. After the fantastic opening encounter, what a ride they had to 4th. Holland, Stevens, Holden. Grabmuller is in the top 10, all the way from Vienna. He'll be thrilled.
Another cracking race here from Brands Hatch. Just one more race to catch up with before we wrap up for another weekend. It's the newly named TriStar R&G Triumph Triple Challenge.